Hey guys, welcome back to Dislyte. In today's video, I wanted to talk about my next 6-star, which as you can see, I have already completed on my free-to-play account, which is Tang Yun. Now, in a previous video, I talked about your first 2 6-stars and what I wanted to do with them. So for a quick recap, my first 6-star wanted to be a unit that could farm and be useful in Chronos 10, and that was Li Ling for me. The second unit I wanted to build, I wanted to be good in Chronos 10, but also APEP 10, and that's what Drew was. He was fantastic in those areas as well. So now I'm looking at the next 6-stars. I also have from the event that we just had where I farmed up a bunch of Starimon, I've got enough to make 2 additional 6-stars past the Tang Yun. So I'm going to hold on to them. I'll talk about them in a minute. But the reasoning behind Tang Yun is because you could play it 2 ways. You could be happy farming APEP and Chronos, and then you could start working on your cube/tower teams. But the way I like to see it is, I think some of the gear sets in Fafnir are going to be very useful for tower and cube teams, whether it be the one where, whether it be immunity sets straight up because they're so fast in those formats, whether it be something like, you know, the one where we can trigger freeze on enemies that attack us, or trigger extra stuns on enemies that we're attacking because we'll be using a lot of AoEs and pushbacks and stuff like that. So I think my priority personally is to go for being able to farm all 3 dungeons first, then moving on to those units. So I've had a lot of people ask me about like Gabrielle. You know, she's the 5-star that everyone gets. She's really strong. She's like amazing in all the content. I don't think she's necessary to go yet. Yes, she will be a unit that you eventually 6-star, and she will be amazing at 6-star. But at the moment, where most people are at, where I am at personally, I want to get through Fafnir first. And if I get into Fafnir and I realize that Gabrielle is my weak link in that team and I need to make her 6-star, I will do that. But I'm not sure yet. The main unit in my Fafnir team is going to be Tang Yun because he's going to be my main damage dealer. So I want to get him 6-starred because with those damage dealers, you want them to deal as much damage, but also 6-starring them gives them a little bit more tankiness, which is a double effect. And that's why my first 3 6-stars have all been damage dealers, because they're the ones that sort of carry the crux of the team. And the support units, because you're gearing them with HP and defense, you don't need those 6-stars as much. Now, if you're looking at the same process as me and you're farming APEP, you're farming Chronos, and if you're not yet, I'll leave a link to my guide, my free-to-play guide to APEP and Chronos. I did them both with free-to-play units, so you can check that out. Hopefully, get some ideas for teams if you're struggling. But yeah, if you're farming both of them, the one big unit I would look to that has a bit of a chance of people having would be Lu Yi. He's got triple attacks here. He's got 9 random attacks, which on average you're hoping to hit the boss 3 times. He has the Seer, and he also has some max health based damage, and he has an attack leader skill. He's great for it. He's probably my #1 choice for DPS. I don't have him on either of my accounts. I'm actually holding out on building a Fafnir team on my main account until I hopefully pull him, because I want to be able to build different units on my accounts. So he's another one, but like I said, for me, Tang Yun, a fantastic unit. So when I'm ready to go into Fafnir, I am still farming APEP because obviously I want to get some more of those Sword Avatara or the Revenge set of relics, because revenging on the boss's attacks and breaking his shield is going to be beneficial over there. But pretty much once I get the reset on the shop for the cube shop, it'll get me 8 more skillimons, which I need to skill up my bestowed, who I'm going to use in there. Then I only need to get myself 5 more because I need 4 on her and 1 more on Tang Yun, and then I'm good to go. And basically my plan for my 4th 6-star is going to be jump into Fafnir once I've got it fully geared and I'm happy with where I'm at. Test it out and see if there's a weak link in my team. If there is a weak link in my team, maybe I check if I can upgrade their relics further. If not, then that it would be the stage that I go ahead and 6-star them. Now, I just wanted to jump in here in editing and sort of give an example of something that I think might happen in my Fafnir team. Perhaps maybe I just don't have the damage with just the Tang Yun as a damage dealer. I'm going to bring Lin into that team. I think she's a fantastic free-to-play unit for it. And, perhaps she's too squishy. She's not dealing enough damage. Maybe she would be one that I would potentially 6-star. However, before I do that, I would want to emphasize on things of, check if there's any other way you can work around it. Because for me, Lin, now I'm not too sure. I want to test her because she might be decent in guild battles. But besides that, Lin is one that I don't want to rush to 6-starring because she doesn't have the versatility in the other aspects of the game. I feel like she's more of a Fafnir specialist. So if I can get away with her at 5-star, that's going to be ideal. But if not, if there's no other way I can see to do it, then I would consider it. But I always try and exhaust all my resources, not all my resources, but all my thought processes on everything else that I can do before I go ahead and make that decision. And hopefully what I'm hoping is I won't need to do that, and Tang Yun will be enough at 6-star and the others at 5-star will work. I could be completely wrong there. But if that is the case, once I am farming Fafnir on stage 10, the next thing that I'm going to look at, now I have 2 decisions from that point. One decision, I might actually look at building a speed team for Kronos, in which case I would build someone like Leon, because I think he's really going to be really good for free-to-play speed teams over there. Because that way, when we have like bonus relic drop days and stuff like that, I can use it. But also when we get the item where you get like 1 hour or 2 hours of relic drop increases, you can really maximize that. So that's something I'll consider. Otherwise, past that, I will go into my tower based units, but the ones I will 6-star first would be something like Lucas. Now, Lucas is really good for tower and stuff. He's got AoE stuns, he's got AoE pushback, he's got turn gauge steal. He's amazing for it. But the reason I would do him before someone like Gabriel is because Lucas can also be used as a damage dealer. So if you relic him up for some damage in other content, he can be used as a damage dealer. However, for me in tower and stuff like that, I'll build him fast, tanky with high accuracy for the pushbacks, and that's going to be his main purpose. But because he has that other utility, that's what I will build him for. So that's pretty much what I wanted to get across. My next 6-star is looking at Fafnir. Once you can farm Kronos and Apep, look at a Fafnir unit. Once you can farm Fafnir, then you can look at either Kronos speed or tower/cube teams, and then past that, the other thing is that I wanted to add in there is if any of these units that you're looking at considering building to 6-star are also useful in PvP or in guild battles, that's a bonus. For instance, Tang Yun, I think he's going to be a beast in guild battles. So like it's a double bonus building him. It gets me Fafnir started, but it also gets me another really strong unit in one of my guild battle teams. And now I've got 3 damage dealers to choose between for guild battle teams to hopefully get the 2 wins every time. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, something to consider, because we are a couple of days away from actual guild battles coming into it, or a day away. I don't think those rewards will be like ridiculous, but eventually if the guild war battles, if the rewards from the guild wars outweigh the rewards from the monthly tower and the cube miracle from pushing it higher, then I would prioritize that sort of thing. But at the moment, I don't think they will. We'll have to wait and see. But that is my general process at the moment. 3 dungeons, then either speed teams or tower and cube, and that's the main priority. And then in the future, it's arena and guild battles. But like I said, along the way, if you get units that are good in both areas, even better. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you have an awesome day, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Cheers.